Wonderful good morning, afternoon, night, whatever. Welcome to this new little Hunt Showdown survey video, this time the Devil's Trail event survey. I'm recording this on April 30th, and as in less than 8 hours the survey goes down, I won't be able to render the video out in time, so there's no link in the description, my apologies. I'm late to the party once more. Alright, let's get this survey through real quick, shall we? I hope it's not too long. What platform do you play Hunt on PC? Oh. Yes. As always, my scripts are blocked. On a scale of 1 to 5, how enjoyable was Hunt Showdown to play for this update? Oh, I had a blast. What did you think about this update? I overall really enjoyed it, especially the new scouting mechanic is a great change of pace. So, how would you rate the Battle Pass rewards? Hunters. We had the cook, we had... God, what else was in the Battle Pass? Hi. But with the cook alone I would be extremely satisfied. Let's see. Yeah. I'm not sure how much I will cut this, by the way, so... Hi. I might cut this one out then. So, Battle Pass. We had... Oh yeah, the Red Raven. That was okay. We had the cook. Absolutely love him. And we had the one who flies. Yeah. It's okay. I'll mute this here. So getting back to the survey, hunters were... For the cook I would go very satisfied, but for the other two... I mean, they're not bad. They're not my personal cup of tea, but they're looking good. So yeah, let's go for very satisfied. Equipment animations. We had the Vandal. Oh yeah, we had the accordion. I completely forgot about the Lamut. Oh my god. The bees, yeah. And the knife. They're all good. I mean, yeah, they're all spinning again except the beehive, but they're all good, I guess. Charms. Well, the last one was a little bit unspectacular for the last one, you know. That one was... Yeah, I will probably not use that one. The final sip. Yeah, I don't know. The charms are really unspectacular compared to the last few ones, you know? If you compare them to... Did you even see that properly? I have no idea, my apologies. Yeah, you see me all this stuff, good. If you compare that to... I don't know, for example, the divination or the crop and cull, or I don't know. Reason to Return was also Battle Pass one. I feel that they fitted better. I'm not sure the Postmodern is a good example, but this one is a really good example, Sophia's Gift. Judgment of the Fool Season Pass was really cool. So yeah, I think the current ones are a little bit underperforming, but they're not bad in itself, you know, it's just like compared to the other previous charms. But I get it as well, because most people don't use charms or don't like charms. I'm one of the few people that uses at least a few of them. The equipment skins were lovely as far as I can remember. We have the Haymaker, we have the Romero. I recently played that as well, a whole evening basically. We had the Centennial, we had the Vandal. I absolutely adore the Vandal skins. I only don't play the Bullseye on this skin because I like the Bear's Leg from Carter even more. We had the Nagant Deadeye, we had the Hatchets, we had the other weapon skins variants of this. The only thing I'm a little bit disappointed with on the fuses and the Ella Trip, that they are not bringing new light effects. But other than that, that's cool. Player profile, I don't really care. I got my Trickster title, I got my my Spinning Blade picture, I don't really care about anything else. How do you feel about the speed, about the battle pass progression, about this update? About right. I'm not a good person to judge. I play 12 hours a week minimum. Overall, how would you rate the battle pass? Very satisfied. What are your thoughts on the battle pass? The charms are a little unspectacular compared to the last few battle passes, and the player profile items are not exactly relevant for me, but everything else looks amazing. That's my opinion. You can have your own, obviously. How do I feel about the following aspects of the Scout Tower? Aesthetics, love it. Location of the tower on the map could be better. There is one specifically in that's Lawson Delta in the northeast. When you have Inferno, that's engulfed in flames, and it absolutely looks astounding and amazing. But at the same time, there is one that can spawn at the river of on the gulch between Grizzly and O'Donovan. Or is this Deadfall and O'Donovan? I don't know. Somewhere up there. And if you have Inferno on that map and you are unlucky and the Inferno is right next to the tower, you can't see shit on the tower. So there are a few really good ones and some that are not really good. But only, again, very situational. Because the one on the Lawson, when it's engulfed in flames, it's on all sides. But on the Gulch, it's on one side, because on the other side there's the river, and the fire obviously doesn't burn on water most of the time, but there are a few places where it burns on water. The point is just, you have no chance on that Gulch position to make anything out. You're just an open target, you can't fire back. Because on one side you have that red from the fire shining in, and the other side you have basically nothing going on. But still, if you look to the other side, you still have that red shining on the screen, and it's more distracting than helping. At least that's how I feel again. Loot available within the tower, yeah, I like it. I mean, yeah, all ears is gone, but yeah. Size of the tower is good. Oh, good. Tower pathing. Yeah, I learned to play around the one, that's really good. There are a few paths that you don't consider because they're varying a little bit, but that's good. How do you feel about your gameplay experience with the Scout Towers? Very satisfied. How do you feel about the following aspects of the Burn Convoy? Aesthetics, yep, great. Locations of the supply points on the map. It's not per se the locations, but the lack of variety. Most of the time, especially in the Gulch, where it most of the time for me spawns between Gasworks and Terminus, and on this, not the Sal, on, well, on the Sal as well, because on the Sal it usually spawns around that corner in Fort Bolden, either north or to the east of Bolden. And on Lawson, for me, it usually spawns between C&A Lumber and what's the other one there? Something with height. You know, the bottom right corner. I don't know, but yep, the lack of variety is kind of crazy. Maybe I'm just unlucky, but again, size of the supply point is good. It's good. Sometimes it's spread a little bit too far, but that's not too bad. Loot available is amazing. How do you feel about your gameplay experience with the Burn Convoy? Very satisfied. Again, maybe go satisfied because the positions are. Yeah. How do you feel about the following hidden information gameplay mechanics? Picking up bounty tokens, revealing all extraction points. Like it. Scout map revealing wild target's location. I'm not too fond of this. Yes, it's good to have a fixed location for that, but at the same time it takes away the whole tracking stuff, you know? That's not exactly down my lane, down my alley. Banishment revealing extraction points is good. Or extraction points hidden by default. See, there I'm mixed, so I would go for neither. Because on one hand it's good that you do not see the extractions and you can't just bail immediately if you want to. But at the same time, if you want to bail, you can't leave. Because, for example, the game puts in the wrong game mode because you wanted to go to the shooting range and you don't have a full equipment on. So you can't sneak just your way out, because it happens several times to me, not with the shooting range, but with Bounty Clash, when we had the Bounty Clash missions in the weeklies, Dexter and I. And we were pushed to Bounty Hunt several times because the game just changes the mode in between for no reason. But we talked about that on stream. All supply points hidden by default, I like that a lot actually. Scouting map revealing extraction points, yep. Scouting map revealing supply points, yep. How do you feel about your overall gameplay experience with the hidden information mechanics? Very satisfied. It doesn't look like that from this, I agree, yes, but overall I think it's good. There are some things that need to be improved, but it's not bad in itself. Do you want hidden extraction points to be added as a permanent addition to the game? Yes, please. Fire Breather. What do you think the overall balance of the Fire Breather? It's okay, I guess. It's not too powerful. If you don't know how to handle it or you're not prepared to handle it, it's annoying, yeah, but it's not powerful in itself. But it's also not really weak. That's okay. How difficult was it to identify the Fire Breather during your mission? Actually very easy. You can make it out from sounds and graphics. To be fair, sometimes I fell for it when a torch guy had two torches and he lifted one hand and yeah, never mind. How was your overall experience with the firefighter? Very satisfied. Fire breather, not fighter. UI changes. How do you feel about the UI changes introduced in this update? Roster screen. Huh? Ah, okay, yeah, never mind. Actually dissatisfied. I was so used to the old one that I'm really confused about this one right now. Equipments. So we are talking about this roster skin now being on the left side of the screen instead of the bottom down. In the beginning I was really dissatisfied, but now I'm not sure, honestly. You know, the point is, it's not terrible, but they're changing it around so many times at this point that I'm not sure if they even know what they want. Equipment skin pagination. Okay, so this is about you have a weapon and you can just swap the skin like this. Okay. Yeah, I'm good on that one. That's very, very good. How did the UI changes affect your experience with the UI? Recruiting hunters free legendary. Somewhat slower. Actually, somewhat faster overall. Adjusting health chunks for hunters. That's still broken. Selecting a hunter somewhat slower because I need to look for them. Applying custom loaders to hunters. That's actually faster. Retiring dismissing hunters, not affected. Equipping equipment skins is faster, not gonna lie. Browsing skins for equipment. Yeah, that's also faster. I'd like you guys to bring back the old endgame screen. That felt so much more satisfying. Is that right? Than the current one. Seeing every single source of income experience splitting up and go into your account will just a lot better than the current one. Also, please decide to stick to one roster type now, because that's the third ever since the 2.0 update, and it would be good to stick to one eventually. Also, please last but not least, very much please fix the jumping around perks when you sort them by cost. That is really annoying. How do you interact with the shortcuts on the bottom of the screen? Using keyboard shortcuts primarily. Which areas of the UI do you feel need to improve the most? Post-match summary screen. Yep, that. Next. With this update, there came the following balance changes. Vertical Cyclone. Damage decreased by 4, increased vertical recoil by 1, reduced reserve armor from 20 to 16. Marker reduced the cycle time and reduced the Iron Eye cycle time. Reduced loadout speed. Bertier reduced cycle time. Romero. The Alamo reduced the reload time. Okay, so I wasn't imagining it. Okay, I didn't read that in the patch notes. I'm not interested in Romero usually. Haymaker reduced reload time from 28 to 18. How do you feel balance changes for these? Sadly, I didn't play the Haymaker too much recently, so I can't tell about that one. The Vitality Cyclone I also didn't play too much. Or actually... No, wait. The Haymaker... Neither, because that is good, but not that much. 3 seconds is a lot in Hunt, depending on what you do, but if you have 18 seconds, you probably also have 21 seconds, or 22. Battery Cyclone. That was necessary. I'm satisfied with these. Marco is also satisfied. I had some really good kills recently on the Marco. Romero also feels good. Berthier, I don't really care. Berthier was good beforehand, it's better now. How do you feel about the falling weapons after the balance changes? Berthier, somewhat powerful, but that was also beforehand the case. Haymaker, unaffected. Romero, unaffected. Marco, stronger. Battery, unaffected, I'd say. Yes, you have the vertical recoil higher and you do 4 damage less. But you don't really lose that much, you know? And the 4 missing bullets is also not too much. Lobby code invite. How difficult was it for you to... I did none of this. How do you feel about the additional of lobby codes? Very satisfied. Well, I did not interact, but I would be satisfied with it, you know? That's difficult again. So I did not interact with it because I don't need to, because all my friends that I play Hunt with play on Steam. And we are friends. Because all the people I play with are Asiri, Dexter, Stacey, and Mando. And they all know, I know all 4. You know, it's like... I don't do viewers sessions like that because, yeah, bad experiences in the past. What platforms have you used Converse feature? None of the above. What voice over IP solution do you and your friends use when playing Hunt? That's good. Yeah. Who uses Snapchat while playing Hunt? Sometimes Steam chat, by the way. Anyway. What other social features would you want to see? Setting profile status, gifting of items, full crossplay, looking for group feature, multi-platform friend list, blocking and avoiding players. None of the above, actually. Actually, the in-game groups like guilds or squads to organize. Yeah. I know many people don't want that, but I would absolutely love that. Did you play Inferno prior? Inferno played. What did you play the Inferno time to? Did you play the Inferno time of day prior to this update? No. Last Inferno event I wasn't here. How much do you agree or disagree in the following statements regarding the Inferno time of day? Inferno added the atmosphere of the mission. Yes. The fire patches impacted how I navigated through the map. Absolutely. Inferno added sufficient visual cover in firefights. Is that a pun? Inferno impacted where and when I took fights. Not really. Inferno added sufficient audio cover in firefights. Yes. I was able to navigate through the fire patches. Yes. Playing Inferno multiple times gave me eye fatigue. Nah, I'm good. How do you feel about the Inferno daytime? I'm very satisfied. How do you feel about the frequency for the Inferno daytime? About right. I'd like to see more fire patches on the map. Or at least spread them out a bit more. Most of the time it's like half the map burning, but on the other half there's nothing happening at all. Tracking mechanics, High Priestess, Pathfinder, passive tracking. How do you feel about the inclusion of the following tracking mechanics for the event? Passive tracking, I like it. I don't like the inconsistency of breaking walls while vaulting, but other than that, I like it. Tarot cards, High Priestess like it a lot. Pathfinder, I like it. Sometimes it doesn't work. I can actually close Hunt at this point, I guess. Sometimes it doesn't work, but overall it's okay. What do you think about the balance of the following event items for this event? Passive tracking, it's not really powerful. You don't know which direction they went afterwards, you know. Pathfinder is somewhat powerful, but Pathfinder is neither, but High Priestess is very powerful. Which platform do you play Hunt Showdown primarily on? Steam. How many hours in total do you have? 1000 plus for quite some time now. Is Hunt Showdown the primary game you play and follow? Yes, at the moment it is. I skip down a lot on Eve. I do my industry shit on Eve still, but nothing other than that at the moment. So yeah, Hunt is probably my main game at the moment. What year did you start playing Hunt Showdown? 24? When was update 2.0? Give me a second. I can't even remember. August 15, 2024. So I started in July. Okay. Which country do you live in? Live in Austria. Done. Alright, that's it. Well, thanks for watching, everybody. Feel free to share your opinion on my opinions in the comments. And until then, see you next time. Bye bye.